Hi everyone, and welcome to Consulting Bites. Today we will talk about the business model canvas. I will explain what the canvas is, why it's so popular, when and by whom is used, and of course I will show you how to create one by using a business example to make it easier for you. Let's dive right in. So the business model canvas was created by Swiss entrepreneur and co-founder Alexander Osterwalder. The business model canvas is a visual representation of the 9 key building blocks that form the foundations of every successful business. It's a blueprint that helps companies to invest, design, and build models with a more systematic approach. And now you will say, okay, why is it so popular? Well, it's visual and simple, that is presented in a single page instead of a 40 plus page document as was used in the past. It's easy to see or understand at one glance, it's easy to communicate, it's customer focused, it carries a high level analysis without getting lost in details, and of course, it shows connections. Let's now see when and by whom is used. So the business model canvas is typically completed during the early stages of business planning, often during the development or refinement of a business idea or startup. As for who completes it, it's usually a collaborative effort involving key stakeholders such as entrepreneurs, business owners, managers, and sometimes consultants or advisors. Let's now see how we can structure the business model canvas for a training project. And the training project would be to deliver agile training to a large organization. So as you can see on the screen, the business model canvas is broken down into these 9 key building blocks. First, customer segments. So this is about understanding who is the most important customer or customers, if you have a lot, that you are delivering value to. Or in other words, who are they, what do they do, and why would they buy your product or service? And here is the point that you brainstorm their personas in order to understand your customers fully. For example, their personal info, like their age, gender, educational background, location, hobbies, interests, and so on. Or their professional goals. What are their career goals? What is success for them? Or maybe the challenges that they face. What problems are they trying to resolve? Like how does your product or service meet their needs and preferences, and so on. So, in a nutshell, understand your customer needs, focus on them, think like them, and have a customer centric mindset. For our example here, we will identify primary customer segments across various departments like product, technology, finance, sales, which might need this training more than other departments. And if you want to go an extra mile here, maybe you can consider of using empathy maps so that you have a deep understanding of your customers. And then these things could include, for example, who are we empathizing with? What do they hear? What do they do? What do they see or say? What do they need to do? And what do they think and feel? In the comments, I'm going to include a link for an empathy map canvas so that you can easily use. The second stage involves identifying your company's value propositions with a focus on determining your own unique value proposition. And this could entail pinpointing what sets you apart from your competitors and why customers choose your offerings. Which specific problems are you most adept at addressing for your customers? For our example, our agile training offers customized programs that are tailored to the specific needs and maturity level of each department. This, for example, includes comprehensive training modules, hands-on workshops, and ongoing coaching support. And our key offerings will address some of the key problems for this organization. That could be that our customers have insufficient project delivery processes, lack of collaboration between departments, and resistance to change within organizational culture. So, what we are doing, we are trying to meet their needs by focusing on a tailored solution. The next step is to examine how you are engaging with your customers and through which channels. This includes both the preferred communication channels for customers and the methods through which they access your products or services. Are you utilizing physical channels or are you leveraging digital platforms like mobile, web, or cloud services? Or in most cases, we see a combination of these, like using direct contact and digital platforms, online, social media, and so on. For our example, our channels are three. So we use internal communication channels, like direct engagement with organizational leadership and decision makers, and we are using training and development departments. That's our partnership with internal training teams to facilitate program delivery, and of course, internal promotion. And that's by utilizing internal newsletters, intranet platforms, and staff meetings so that we can promote our agile training initiatives. We then move to customer relationships. And here you will need to think about how you can build, nurture, and grow those relationships. Now, this can be automated and transactional, or it can be more personal. For our example here, for our training initiative, we can have collaborative partnership that's working closely with organizational stakeholders to understand needs, tailor training programs, and ensure alignment with organizational goals. Next, we provide dedicated support, and that's providing ongoing coaching and guidance throughout the agile transformation journey. And of course, we are establishing mechanisms for continuous feedback and improvement that, of course, is based on participant experiences and organizational outcomes. So we have continuous and frequent feedback loops. Then, for our revenue streams, here you need to look at how you plan to capture your value. So this can be, for our example here, through our contractual agreements. So charging a fixed fee or subscription-based model for delivering agile training services within the organization. We can have additional services. That's, for example, offering consulting or advisory services beyond training, such as agile coaching or process improvement workshops, and so on. For the next one are key resources. Here you identify your key resources like the marketing, customer segments, revenue streams, and so on. So the key resources are all assets that you need in order to have and to create that value for your customers. For our example, we have agile training experts, that's trainers and coaches with deep expertise in agile methodologies. We have a curriculum development team. That's a team that designs customized training materials that are tailored to the organization specifics and context. And we offer internal champions. That's in order to build relationships with key influencers within the organization so that we can drive adoption and support for agile initiatives. The next step is to define the key activities. For our training project here, we consider three main activities. One, needs assessment. So that's understanding the organization's current state, the goals and challenges, so that we can design our customized training program. Two, program delivery, and that's by conducting workshops, training sessions, and coaching sessions that are tailored to the organization's context and key objectives. And three, continuous improvement, and that's by gathering feedback, evaluating outcomes, and refining training content and delivery approaches over time. Then you identify your key partners in order to fully leverage your business model. This includes partnerships such as joint ventures and non equity strategic alliances, as well as typical relationships with buyers, suppliers, and producers. For our training here, we have both internal and external stakeholders. So, for our internal stakeholders, we are collaborating closely with human resources, training, and departmental leaders to ensure alignment with organizational objectives. For our external experts, we are partnering with external consultants or agile trainers as required to supplement internal expertise and resources. The final step of the business model canvas is to ask yourself, how much is it going to cost to run this model? And once that's done, you should prioritize your key activities and resources so that you can find out if they are fixed or variable costs. For our example here, for our training initiative, on one side, our variable costs are personnel and overhead costs, and on the other side, our fixed are the development costs. So for our personnel costs here, we are going to break down the salaries for the trainers, coaches, and support staff that is involved in delivering agile delivery. Our overhead costs will include operational expenses associated with program delivery, such as venue rental and technology infrastructure. And finally, our development costs will include our investment in curriculum development, training materials, and resources. That's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until next time, stay well, stay curious.